Welcome back, everyone. It's Joseph for Zenny62. So, previously I had posted a video that the Raiders had signed all the rookie draft class, which is great. Great news. There really was no problems in signing every rookie that they drafted in the 2020 draft. Now, moving on, a couple days ago, the Raiders were issued a temporary certificate of occupancy. And what does that mean? Well, if you read online, it was, depending on what source you're reading it from, it kind of a little misleading. People kind of just focus, I noticed, on the word certificate of occupancy, but it's just a temporary one. It's not an official certificate of occupancy, which would allow the stadium authority and the Raiders to move forward with hosting not only games but concert events and to have officially people in the facility. What this does, the certificate, the temporary certificate allows is for the Raiders to come in, or representatives of the Raiders to take an inventory of what has been done. It also allows them to potentially put furnishings in offices, or in this case maybe the suites, because usually that's done from an outside vendor, right? And it's not the construction workers themselves that are installing the furniture. At least that's what I'm led to believe. And so this certificate is a little, depending on who you read it from, can be a little misleading. It's a temporary certificate that allows people to come in, take stock, take inventory of the facilities, and maybe whatever is not done or maybe what doesn't look right, you can have a checklist and give it to the construction company to fine-tune or fix whatever issues there may be. So that's one thing that should be noted, that there is a certificate of occupancy, but it's a temporary one. It doesn't mean, as I mentioned, that we can move forward from here on out, because you still have to pass inspections. You have to still get the approval of the local authorities and whatever statutes there are statewide in terms of building codes. And so that still has to be done. The other issue I want to talk to you about is something that I reported on months ago. I had reached out to the Raiders PR department as well as the Raiders themselves with regards to answering my questions about handicap accessible entrances. Now, I never got an answer, and I reached out to the Raiders again a few days ago. Weirdly, ironically enough, what happened was I got a response from someone that sent me a picture of the north entry entrance. That's kind of the main entrance where you see a lot of the posted photos of the Raider Stadium, where the lanai doors are at. And there's a sign up above that says the handicap logo, and it says accessible entrance, which is great. I even said, oh, that's great to know or to hear, because I've reached out and no one ever gave me an answer. Now, looking at that, I took a look closer to where that north entry entrance is, and of course that's right in front, like I mentioned, the lanai door. So in that entrance there's a Raider image store that's on ground level. The stairs climb up, and above, essentially maybe the second level, you have the sign that says handicap accessible entrance. So though there's an entrance on the north side, it doesn't show you, nor did it answer my questions. If you look at the construction videos, there is no ramps leading up to that second level where that entrance is at, nor do I see any lifts. It's not to say that there won't be or that there isn't, but based upon the construction videos and based on the prints or the blueprints that I've saw or the mock-ups of the stadium, I don't see any lifts or ramps. And so to this day, I'm not getting the answers that I'm looking for with regards to that specific question. Now, I know a long time ago it was told to me that on the south side, which is complete opposite of the north entrance, obviously, there's the handicap entrance, which is ground level. So that's one entrance potentially. I haven't seen any footage or photographs of that entrance, and at this point it's just hearsay that they have a handicap entrance on the south side. Now, let's take that for what it is. Let's say all of what they're saying is true, and there's no reason to believe that it's not. But where or how are those people going to get up to that second level on the main entrance, the north entrance side, to get into the handicapped accessible entrances? Are they, I mean, not unless there's a steady incline that's surrounding the stadium and coming up towards the north entry, how are they going to get there? Are they supposed to come from the south side and start steadily inclining up towards that second level to go to the north entry? And what would be the point of that? They might as well just stay in the south side if there is an entrance over there and enter that way. So that's the other thing I'm just curious about, because I don't get answers from the PR department or the Raiders. Maybe it's something, an oversight. There's many of us who feel that the stadium was pushed really fast and it wasn't really fine-tuned, even based on the Raiders' construction videos, their own videos. They even said that roof that's on top of the stadium is something that's never been done. They kind of were troubleshooting it as they were building it, and that's what gave them a lot of problems, is that this is the first time that stadium was, I mean, that roof has been placed on the stadium, let alone the first time in this country that type of roof was put into any stadium in the United States. So common sense will tell you that there is potentially some issues with that, and I'm sure there's a lot of kinks they have to work out. So there possibly is some oversight, or some things that are overlooked, I should say, that maybe weren't paid attention to. Maybe there are small enough details that maybe to the average person they won't notice. But if you delve a little bit deeper, you start wondering, well, wait a minute. How can you have, for example, a handicap entrance on the second level, essentially in the main entrance, but yet you don't see any ramps or lifts to lift those people who are disabled, who, even if you're not in a wheelchair, there's some people who can't do stairs. So what about them? So just some questions that need to be answered, and hopefully we'll get those answers soon, but I'll keep investigating and see what I could find out. But at least for the time being, as I mentioned in the beginning, is that the good news is that we have all the Raider rookies signed, the entire draft class, with virtually no hiccups, which is great to see. You have a temporary certificate of occupancy, which I've outlined to you. And the issue that I'm still perplexed about until I get an answer is no ramps or lifts for the handicapped or disabled individuals. So we'll keep it posted here on Zenny62, and any more information, I'll pass that along to you. And don't forget to like and subscribe.